Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today we have got lots to talk about. Today is Tuesday. It's June 28th, I think. And I am on the Holland America Koningsdam having the very best time actually. And so I am really excited to share some updates with you with regard to cruising, as well as some protocol things that people keep asking about, as well as what is going on right now on the ship. So first of all, I would like to welcome all of our Let's Go family members, and also a big welcome to everyone who is new. We are really glad to have all of you with us. And so thank you very much for being part of our Let's Go family. If anyone hasn't subscribed yet, we would really appreciate it if you would subscribe. And I think that you are really going to enjoy being part of this community. I want to tell you right off to go, if you do Facebook, go join our group. It's Let's Go Travel Tips over on Facebook. You just request to join and my husband will admit you. And we have such an amazing community over there. People ask questions, they post photos, they post experiences, tips, lots of things that are really very helpful. And Gordon is a love. He is pulling a bunch of the pictures that I put up on the cloud and putting them, they just go from my phone to the cloud, and he's getting them and putting them on Facebook for me. And so there's hopefully some helpful things for you over there. So first of all, I want to start talking to you just a little bit about the Arrivecan app, because we are getting so many questions about that. Now, as I have told you all before, the Arrivecan app is required by everyone before you come to Canada. Whenever you are going to travel to Canada, no matter what you are traveling for, you have to do the Arrivecan app within 72 hours of arriving in Canada. So you have to make sure that you have done that. It is really easy to do. It's not hard at all. And so you just do that, and then it is good for that arrival. But when you go to embark on a cruise ship, you can use your Arrivecan app. Actually, when you do it and submit it, then Canada ties it to your passport, so that when you arrive in Canada, they can see that it is linked to your passport, so they don't have to ask you, did you do it? They know you've done it. If you don't do it, then they'll tell you you haven't done it. And so just know that. And so it's not a thing if nobody asking you for it, it's a thing if you have to do it. So the next thing that this applies to cruisers is you have to do the Arrivecan app within 72 hours of embarkation. Now, it doesn't matter if you don't want to get off the ship in Canada or anything. It is required. It's required by Canada. They are requiring it of the cruise lines. If a cruise ship is going to stop or call in a port in Canada, it needs to have had its passengers do this. And so they ask you to please do it 72 hours before embarkation. Now, for us, I got a paper, and I'll take a picture of it here before I turn it in. But it has a place that I have to submit this to customer services with my Arrive Canada receipt number for re-entry into Canada, for when the cruise ship goes back to Canada, since this cruise is round trip out of Vancouver. And so since so when you are going to embark on your cruise ship, since it's going to be more than 72 hours before we arrive back in Canada, we have to do a new one. Okay, and so they have people on the ship who are happy to help people do it. I haven't tried to do it yet because it's not within 72 hours of getting back to Canada, and so my phone won't let me. I know that, and because I've tried to use the Arrivecan app and do it in advance before, and that's not how it works. If you try to do it before that 72-hour window, it's not going to let you, because it wants you to do it within 72 hours. So when we get within 72 hours, I will do this form, put in my receipt number right here on the line, and then I'll just take it down to customer service so that they've got it. But then so this is the ship's way of knowing that you've got this done. But when we go through customs again in Canada to arrive back, then they will be able to see it with a passport. So just be aware that that's how that works. If you've got any questions about it, just let me know. You can either do it on their website, just Google Arrivecan, or you can do it on your phone. And I did mine on my phone, and it was really super easy. So if you have any particular questions, put it in the comments below. But if you have any other questions, you can put it there too. But I hope I kind of explained it to everybody. Like I said, if you don't want to get off the ship, you're calling it a port in Canada, but you don't want to get off, that doesn't matter. You still need to do it. Okay. The next thing that I want to talk to you about is, I'll tell you that in a second. Oh, now the Norwegian Sun. I will remind Gordon to pop a photo. I took a photo and I took a little video of her too. It maybe was on my camera. But when we were arriving in Juneau yesterday afternoon, it was like, oh, maybe 3:45, the Norwegian Sun was heading out of Juneau. Now, if you don't know this, she did, and thank you to so many of you who, Andrea posted it and some of you others, so thank you. I really appreciate you. You're very kind to help me stay on top of things. So it was super foggy on Saturday, and it was where we were too, and somehow in all of that, she hit a little iceberg, like a little, they say a growler size. If you're not familiar, that's like the smaller size. But so they had to not go to Skagway. That's where they were headed. They had to come to Juneau so that they could evaluate what was wrong. Everything that I can find about it now, it's she was like headed out, and you know what, to look at her, you wouldn't know anything was wrong. She looked fine. And so, but she is heading back down to Seattle, going slower than usual, and it sounds like her cruises for the rest of her Alaskan cruises are canceled while they get some repairs done. And I'm looking for more information about that. So if any of you come up with any other reports, let me know. I didn't talk about it yesterday because I'm having a hard time finding lots of news about it. And so I knew that she had hit a little iceberg, the growler size, but following up and finding out everything else is a little bit harder. So that's what's going on with the Norwegian Sun. I feel really bad that has happened to them here. They were, I'm sure, hoping to have a really good season with her here in Alaska. So this is, I know, going to be a blow to them. A lot of cruise lines really rely a lot on having a good season in Alaska to have a good year. And so hopefully they'll be able to, I don't know if they have a ship they can move or they're just going to have to miss out on those cruises. But when I hear something else, I will let you all know. Let's see what else. Okay, so several of you have asked about how dressy it is here on formal night. Now, you know what? It is really, I will pay extra attention to our next formal night, but the first formal night that we had, which was on our first sea day, it reminded me a lot of Princess. And the Princess cruises that we have been on recently, you would see everything from beautiful evening gowns and tuxedos to beautiful evening gowns with a gentleman in a in a suit. You would see just a nice dress, you know, not quite as fancy, and the gentleman in maybe a sport coat and trousers. I know that when we went to the Mediterranean, Gordon didn't take his blazer or a suit with him because we were trying to pack a little bit lighter. He wore a button-down shirt with a tie. And so on that cruise, there were people like that. Also, there were gentlemen with no tie. I saw some polo shirts. We saw ladies in pantsuits, all sorts of different things. And I kind of saw the same thing on our first formal night here. I saw your more casual dresses on the ladies, or a nice pantsuit, clear up to some really beautiful dresses, and kind of everything in between. And so I will keep my eye out. But one thing I want you to keep in mind, and I'm really interested to see this as I travel more on Holland America, is I think it maybe depends a little bit perhaps, and those of you that have cruised a lot on Holland, please speak up, but it might depend a little bit on the cruise that you're on. With Princess, I know that historically I've been 3 times on Princess. I felt like those cruises, the dress code was a little bit more relaxed, just a little bit more casual because we were in Alaska. I know that when we went on the Sapphire Princess to Norway, it was very dressy. I was really glad that I had brought an evening gown because it was very dressy. There were lots of tuxedos, lots of suits, and lots of beautiful dresses, but there were the others too, so you wouldn't feel uncomfortable no matter what you brought. Just want to make sure everybody knows that. So I hope that this kind of helps you, and like I said, I will let you know a little bit more, and if you all that have cruised on Holland a lot can talk about that in the comments, I would really appreciate it, because I honestly think that it maybe does vary a little bit by destination, and so I would like to hear from that. And like I said, as I cruise more with Holland America, I will let you know. Another question that I have had is, does Holland America have the equivalent of a chef's table? no, I double checked into that. They do not. They have their Club Orange, or Orange Club, now that I'm sitting here, is the equivalent of kind of the Club Class mini suite and the suite dining, Club Class dining. And that one comes with some suites. But if you want to add it on to your cruise, you can. I need to go track it down. Some people have told me it's $25 a day per person, and other people have told me it's $35 per day per person. So I'm just gonna go to guest services and pin it down there. But I wanted to let you know that they do say, and the lady at Club Orange was so nice to tell me that she says, you know what, book it before you have them get on the cruise, because they can only have so many people do that so that they have the staff to attend to them properly. And so she's like, if we have too many people requesting it, we have to turn people away. So I wanted to let you know about that. And like I said, if it's not included with the cabin that you're in, it is the extra charge per person per day, okay? And it has some perks that go with it. You get to eat in the in the Club Orange dining area, or the Orange Club. Sorry, I'm having a mind blank there. But you get to eat in that area, which is separate, so that it's more like your Club Class experience. You get, I think, priority boarding, and I'll figure out what else you get with it and let you know, okay? But so I wanted to bring you up to date on that as an option here on Holland America if you want to get to do that. I will tell you that I have eaten, so this is Tuesday, I've eaten in the dining room 2 nights now, and honestly, Princess blows them out of the water, at least with my servers. Princess beats them hands down on service in the dining room. The people who are the waiters here are very nice. Very nice. They're trying their best. I'm not putting them down at all. But Princess, I don't know if they train them better or what they do, or if it's just this ship and the section of tables that I'm sitting at, that the service is not near as good. And it doesn't mean that I feel like I have to wait for my food for a long time. It's just that they are not even really too interested that I'm there and anybody that I'm eating with. And I have really enjoyed eating with other people. I've gotten to know some very nice people. It is really nice. And so I am enjoying that a lot. But I just wanted to let you know that I was a little bit surprised by that, because in a lot of areas on the ship, they are equivalent to Princess, very cheerful, very happy to take good care of you. I will say also in the buffet, one thing that surprises me a little bit, and this could easily be a crew shortage thing. So when you're up in the buffet, the Lido Marketplace, they do serve you like everything except for like a plate of dessert. You can pick up like a plate of whatever dessert that you want. But other than that, everything is served to you, and they are really short on staff. The lines are a little bit longer than I would expect, and you'll have one person doing all this dinner stuff, and you'll have somebody else in line there that just wants a roll or just wants a little something, and there's no one there to hand it to them. So yeah, the line moves very slow, and I have noticed that at all the different meal times. And so I'm just throwing that out there. Now, in connection with that, Nancy, our Let's Go family member, and then Gordon, bless him, he also came across a story saying that the cruise lines, it sounds like, have reached an agreement with the people in the US and Canada that issue those work visas for people that people need to be able to get on the cruise ships, and they are letting some people, they've reached an agreement that should make it so that people maybe that have expired visas can renew them or something, so that we should be able to get more crew on board our ships more quickly and hopefully take care of some of these crew shortage problems. So I'll be really interested to sail on Holland America another time and see if those lines in the Lido Marketplace go a little bit faster. But I just thought I would tell you so that if you sail soon, you just know, don't be in a hurry. So that's what I wanted to let you know. And you know what? I mentioned how much I like cookies on Princess. The cookies on Holland America are way better. Somebody is a good cookie maker. So that's a side note. It doesn't really matter. Let's see, what else do I want to tell you? Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about today. So first of all, I want to say that, so we're in Skagway today, and right off, I want to tell you first of all about the people that I got to meet. So so this morning we were heading off early on the excursion that I had booked. And as I got over, so what they're doing, so let me, sorry, back up just a little bit. So since they had that little landslide over there on that pier, the celebrity solstice was over there just moored, and I did get some video of that this morning with, you know, the ropes attached to the pier, but they were having to tender their people over. And then along with that, we've got the Crown Princess right here that I'll show you before I go, just at the end of the video. She's right next to us here. And so everything was really busy. And so our ship was over a little bit further. So they had shuttles running from here right over next to that pier so that everybody could get on whatever excursion they're supposed to be on. And so right when I was over there, I met a lady, her name is Joanna, and she is sailing on the Majestic Princess. Now the Majestic Princess is in port today, but she is at the pier over in Haines. And if you're not familiar, that's kind of just at the end of the canal, or I guess they call it a canal down there. But look at a map, Haines is right there, but cruise ships don't often dock there because it's so much smaller. But that's what they're having to do until they can get the dock over here fixed from that landslide. And so anyway, I got to meet her. I asked how it was going, and so I asked her to send me an email because we were kind of in a hurry to get to each of our different excursions. But she said that things were going well on the ship. It sounded like, just in the brief moment that I got to speak with her, but she said that her Easy Air flights were a really, really big mess. And so I have also heard that from Carrie. He is sailing with Holland America, so it wouldn't be Princess Easy Air. I think it's Easy Flights. In real life, I know that. Anyway, with they're having a hard time with that too. And he is over right now doing, he's been in the Baltics on a cruise. And so anyway, so I got to meet her, which was absolutely wonderful, and I am really excited. So if you watch my videos, Joanna, send me an email so I can let everyone know what's going on. Let's go traveltips@gmail.com. And then I also got to meet Karen just in town, and she is on the Crown Princess. And so I said, how's it going? And she said they're having a wonderful time. I can't tell you how happy that makes me. I am so glad that they're having a wonderful time. I am really excited to hear from others of you who are sailing on the Crown Princess, the Caribbean Princess, the Enchanted, any princess ship, as well as any Holland America or other ship as well. I really, really like to hear about that, and I know that it helps so many of us. But I was really happy to talk to Karen for just a minute today. We bumped into each other getting ice cream. And so it is really hot. I cannot believe how warm it is here. So anyway, it was a perfect day for ice cream while we were in port. So I really appreciate those of you, and I've got to meet some of you yesterday on excursions and in Juneau. So thank you for saying hi. It just makes my day. And I want to say that every time I meet one of you, I am amazed by who you are. You all are wonderful people. I know that, but I just love to meet you. So thanks for saying hi. Now, let me tell you what I did today. So it's called like the Glacier Point Wilderness Safari, Wilderness Glacier Safari, something like that. Oh, Wildlife Glacier Safaris. Anyway, so what we got to do is they put us on a boat that took us down, and I took probably too much video, and they took us, it took about like an hour and 15 minutes to get there. So they took us to a place called Glacier Point, and they literally pull you right up on the beach. Right up on the beach, you guys. And so you get off right there on the beach, and then you kind of go up, you know, walk up a bit, and then they put you on a school bus, and you go over a very rather rough terrain because it is where a glacier used to be. And they take you to a place where they outfit you, and they give you rubber boots to put on. And so you take off your regular shoes, put on the rubber boots, the kind that go, like mine went up to my knee. And so you put those on, and you put on a life jacket, and then you walk, what did they say, somewhere between a quarter and a half a mile through the forest. So beautiful. I videoed some of it for you. It is absolutely glorious, so beautiful. You're walking through there, and like all the time, like when the bus driver is driving you, he's like, here's our 1820 tree. It shows you where this glacier was in 1820, and then where it was like in 1890 after you've driven for a bit. And so it is really interesting, and he's like, keep this in mind as we move along today. So then they take you down and put you in canoes, and you get to go in the river, and then you paddle up, and the canoe has a boat, so it's not strenuous. So anyway, so then you paddle up to the Davidson Glacier. And the Davidson Glacier is receding a lot. She said that it's not been advancing lately. It is only retreating, not receding, retreating. But anyway, so you go up there, and you go clear up, to the delta there that is created by all of the dirt and silt and everything that is coming off the glacier, and all the water is running down. She said that it changes so quickly because the water was moving, you'll see in my video, a lot. And she said she was just, and this is Tuesday, and she was just there on Sunday, and she's like, that water wasn't there, but due to the heat, it's melting a lot more. But it was just absolutely spectacular. So fabulous. And so she said that that glacier got its name when a long time ago, George Davidson was his name, and he studied like when eclipses are going to happen and everything, and he determined that that up there was going to be the very best place to view the eclipse. And the Tlingit Indians did not let people come on their lands there, and he asked, and finally the chief said, yes, you can come. This is what the tour guide told us today, and so I'm going to study more about this. The chief said, yes, you can come and you can watch the eclipse there, but if there is no eclipse, because they didn't believe that there could be an eclipse, that the moon could go between the sun, then we will kill you. And he was so confident that he said, okay, deal. So he came, and sure enough, the eclipse happened, and the Tlingit Indians were so amazed by the magic that he did. They thought that they allowed him to come there whenever he wanted. And the really interesting thing is that the chief at that time drew a map of how to get there and the whole region. And the interesting thing is he didn't do it by like how many miles, but by how much time it took to get where you were going, and based everything on how everything looked and the time it took to get places. And the guide was saying that that actual map is in a museum in Anchorage, and I'm gonna have to go see that. But she said it is so cool to see, and it is amazingly accurate, that if somebody was going to do a map now, they couldn't do one more accurate. So it is really, really interesting. So we got to see that whole glacier, and then afterwards we walked back through the forest again. Well, we canoed back to the point that we were at, which is just this whole river that is full of glacial silt. And as you look at the water up here, you will notice some is like blue or turquoisey colored, and then there's the like brownish looking kind with the silt in it, and they don't like to mix. So there's really a very easy to see like line there in the water between. But anyway, that whole river looked like that because it is all coming off the glacier. And the really fun thing is like I asked her, there was all these really cool rocks, and I said, is it okay to take rocks from here, or no, we shouldn't? She says, no, that's just fine. So I'll show you my rocks. My very favorite is, I haven't washed it yet, but look at this. Isn't this just beautiful? And look at this. Look, can you see all the striations in that and all of the different texture? So there's this, and then I got a few little ones, but they are just so interesting. So I am just tickled pink. And so I just wanted to get to show you. And then I got a nice little one so that I can keep that with me all the time and remember today. But I just wanted to share that with you. So that is a magnificent excursion. If you can walk, okay, now this is for someone, I know that Bob wanted me to keep an eye out for accessibility. I am really sorry, but that one you're not going to be able to walk, because when you go through the forest, you are literally on a forest trail. There are roots everywhere, it's up and down and all over the place. And so I don't think that you could do that. but they have lots of other really good excursions though, that you can do. But this, I just wanted to tell you all about it because I was reading through everything, and I don't know that it would always be the first thing I would pick, but I just absolutely loved it. It was an amazing opportunity, and I'll never forget standing there in front of that glacier and being so close. So I hope that you appreciate me telling you about it, and I can put the real name of it. If I forget to put it under the video, let me know and I'll stick it under there so that if you would like to get to do it, you can. But I highly recommend that one. Let me look here. I dropped my list. Just one second here. I just want to make sure that I didn't forget anything that I needed to go over you. Music venues. Okay, so really quick here, let's see, on the schedule of events, they have this little section right here where they list the music venues. And so it kind of just varies. They don't list like which songs they're going to play, of course, every evening, but so here at the top, they have the dance performance that's going to be on the world stage this evening. But then, for example, on the Lincoln Center stage, they talk about it's going to be a solo cello recital, and then at 5 and at 6, just the strings. The other evening when I went, there was a violin, a viola, a cello, and the piano. And then the billboard, that's your more popular music that they play. And then they've got the BB Kings, which is what you would expect, a little bit more of your jazz, your blues. I really enjoyed that. And then also the Rolling Stone Rock Room Band. Yep, it's rock music, and they play a really wide variety of rock music. And so the really cool thing is that these are all by live musicians. It's not recorded, and they're actually really good. And I know that, and I think that they have a really high bar for this. When I went to my training the other day, the gentleman in charge, he was saying that he met a saxophonist who is on the ship right now. He met him when he went on this ship when she was first inaugurated, like a brand new cruise ship. And he recognized him and he said, "Hey, you're still with us?" And he said, "Yeah." He said, "It is steady work. It is really good work. And that is hard to find sometimes on land just as a musician." And so I think that they do an excellent job of attracting real musicians, keeping them. And so this is really a remarkable experience to come on the ship and get to attend these. So tonight I'm going to go to some, and so I'll let you know about them. Now, I know some people wanted to know if I could record a little bit. Gordon said he grabbed one of the little short videos that I did, and I did some on my phone. Sorry, on my on my camera, and I can share those with you when I get home. But with, like you might know, with a lot of classical music, the copyright on that is gone, so anybody can play it, anybody can enjoy it, and it doesn't mind. But with a lot of the more recent music, you can't just play it on YouTube, or else they file a copyright complaint against you. And so a lot of it I can't just record it and play it for you because that's not okay. But I'm happy to post pictures and tell you about it. I have been really, really pleased. And I've been to a lot of, I don't really like terribly mediocre things when it comes to music, for live music especially, because I can listen to beautiful music at home and thoroughly enjoy it. So I don't see the point of going somewhere to listen to not very good music. And so, but I have been very pleased with all of the performances that I have been to thus far. And so I've been to, last night I didn't get to go to quite as many because of the sail away time. And other things that were going on, but I just wanted to let you know that they have a really nice selection, and I think that you're really going to enjoy it. And also, I should point out, all of these different things are this evening, so it's not just like one night is rock, and if you don't like rock, you're not going to enjoy it. Nope, there's Lincoln Center, there's all of these in one night, so there is so much to go to. I think, honestly, it's really hard to work in where you're going to eat and to be able to have time to go hear all of the music that you want to hear and all of the performances. It is really that good. And so ask me more specific questions and I will let you know, and I will try to do a little bit of videoing and put it up for you. But yeah, if it's very recent music, I can't video, but I'll do pictures. How's that? Okay. Alrighty. If you have questions about anything else, don't hesitate to ask me. I'm really happy to find out, and I really appreciate you watching our videos. You all are wonderful. So if you appreciate these videos, would you please give this one a thumbs up, because that will really help us out. I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye. Okay, now I'm going to just grab my phone off the tripod here and take you out and show you the Crown Princess right there, okay? So I apologize here that I can't flip the screen while it's recording. So let's see here. Let me try to turn it around here and go out the door. Okay. Okay, there she is. There's our Crown Princess. Let's see. There's the back. Earlier there were some people out on the balconies. It's really warm today though. Right now let's see, it's almost 10 after 7 p.m. and it's 84 degrees, so it's been a really warm day. But you can see a little bit of the city over there, the town I should say. Our all aboard is at 7:30, so people are getting back. And then let me just flip around here. So right here, if you can see okay, right there is where the Celebrity Solstice was moored, right over there. And then like I said, they tendered everybody in. And then look at this beautiful scenery, everybody. Can you see that? Isn't that extraordinary? It is so beautiful here. So it's just spectacular. So I hope you enjoy seeing that. I'll just turn it back around here this way. Alrighty, I sure love you all. You all take good care, and I'll just talk to you soon. Love you. Bye-bye.